arrive, and it took me 27 hours from my door to this door, and I'm kind of not fresh, so if I'm not gonna shine, I'm sorry. So, how does it work? Okay. Oh, my name is Anna Kulachek, but everyone called me. Actually, this is it. Yeah, sorry. But everyone calls me Kulachek. It's my second name, and it's actually the logo I get from my favorite designer. I'm originally from Donetsk, Ukraine. Yes, it's where this bloody war is going on for the past years, and I just wish every day they could stop. Like, I just literally can't stand it anymore, and like, it's like one more lecture.
Wow.
But I'm luckily for the past 10 years I live in New York, and it's my home for now, and I love it so much, and I would try to live there as long as possible because I mean New York is fantastic, but it's getting harder and harder. Everyone is living, it's getting crazy expensive. I'm an art director and graphic designer, and I don't have my studio. It was my choice because I don't know how to care how to care about other people. So I'm just like collaborating with different studios and designers and like doing a different commission. And I was when I was doing this lecture, I was thinking like maybe I should put the slides finally about what to do and how to do things. But honestly, I don't have an idea how to do and what to do. And as older I'm getting, as less I know what to do, honestly. When you tell me in 16, like, do you know what to do? I knew what to do, you know, like you don't tell me what to do. I know how to go, like, and where, and like how to do my life. And now, honestly, I mean, please give me a list, like, what should I do? But the thing I know that it's important to know what you like. And I like what I like, and I know what I like. And I'm trying to play around this like situation. So I'm not gonna show you, as I told you, the like to-do list, but I would show you like some of my project, the most like maybe important one, and maybe through the flow you're gonna be inspired on you, or you would like what I do. Anyway, so my most important project was Strelka Institute, and I think it's because I get a completely freedom there. And I could do whatever I want, like the project was amazing, it was a cultural project, so everything was kind of real. And Strelka, it was like a government institution with a lot of lectures and education program and movie screening and publisher house and the bar and a lot of parties. So all of that required a lot of identity. So all of those I've done myself. In the beginning, I was like almost alone there, so I was doing everything with my hands. I'm not that kind of a director who's like saying someone what to do. I was literally doing everything myself. After some while, I got a team because the project getting bigger and bigger. But I remember first 2 years was completely me and the identity. And in the beginning, I had this guideline. It's like identity done by OKRM, and it just logo, grid, few colors, and the typeface. It's amazing identity. I think this is because this is the reason I joined the Strelka in the beginning. I was like very in love in the brand itself. And in most of my identities, I was using the grid, and it's kind of easy because like graphic design is like mostly is a grid. And I would show you Strelka summer, and summer is like was the most important part of the Strelka whole year. It's like full of events, like a lot of conferences, and then I don't know, yoga, and then the lectures and movie screenings and so on. And I thought like, what is summer? Summer is like a lot of posters. So I convert the grid in this like 9 posters, and then I decided to shake them a bit because like summer is something much more fun. And I create this K visual. And every time I create something like poster or some identity, I'm thinking about a system or constructor which then I can play around. So I divided this poster in the 4 pieces, and then it was an entrance to the Strelka bar, and then I had this like VIP invitation for the some like super special guests, and the entrance of the Strelka was this 4 pieces of the identity as well, and then we had this like templates for the daily Strelka events. which can just like I changed the background. The template was done by OKRM. And then we also had this like a super bold video, which when we designed it, I didn't expect is gonna play the role as well. We screened on background of the speakers, and what was my surprise to see the images from all the speakers, all the events and lecture. It was very bold and bright and very visible, so you could very see it from far away in the social media. In the end of the summer, we had this summer closing party. The mood was kind of different, so I decided to change the color and put some gradients, and the VIP invitation was like in the different material. But sometimes if it's just like a bold event, we invite a lot of artists, so I don't need to use grid, so I can just create whatever I want. And this time I usually Google something, and I prefer to take the first basic idea. I can go deeper, but I think the life in general is like much more simpler than we overcomplicated it. So I think that what you see the first is like the greatest idea, and I was inspired by this, like just basic covers of Sandra with all those geometry and sun and the triangles. I created these like pieces like a constructor for myself, which was a bright, vibrant, and I started to play around and I create like few posters. One and another was even animated. But honestly, I think those posters don't need to be animated. They vibrate by itself because it has this visual illusion. And then I started to play around with it further. We created this scenography. It was like huge and bold, and like I mean, the guys were super happy about the result. And one of them, I think, turned 100 or something during this event. So they're really a legend. So, but when you see my poster, it's kind of looking like I'm not working very well, but or like long or whatever. But I actually do a lot of sketches. Like sometimes I think too much. I'm overworking all the time, and it's just because I think I hate games. By the way, like for example, today, by the way, is Thanksgiving in New York, in America. Whoever chooses this date for the event, you're cruel for the American people. So anyway, so in America, there is a like tradition on this Thanksgiving. People play with the games. I never do because I honestly I don't know why. I hate games, so I usually create games by myself for myself, and I play around until I got the system, and then I can send it to the client or to the world. But most of you know me because of this project. It was Strelka Bar, and somehow I decided that I would do poster for the Strelka weekly bar events every week. I don't know who like put me in that decision because it's become my nightmare, but also my dessert in Strelka. I should just send poster every week on Sunday, no matter what, because there is a DJ and an event, and they have to send the announce. So in the beginning, it was very, very hard to create these posters because I didn't have any tools in my pocket. I didn't have style, I didn't have anything, not either topic or grid. It has to be just fun party with the DJ again. So I was just trying to do what I like, honestly. And I played around, and all those posters looks very simple because I didn't have any time, and I like simplicity, and I like geometry, bright colors, simple colors. So I was just playing around with some things which I like a lot. But it's very hard to be original when you play with the geometry. All of us has it, and like designer are a lot of geometry and like Bauhaus and all that stuff. So I started to create geometry myself. I started to play around with the materials and create shapes, something like which would be only in my pocket, not anyone else. So not that circle. It's gonna be my own circle with that wrap and then like that my triangle and my rectangle. So I played around with papers like stickers and tapes and many other things on the weekend. And I would show you some few examples. For example, stickers. I had like a whole, period of the stickers. I still have hundreds of them at my home. If you want to start, I can give you some because like it's like my apartment is very small and I keep getting a new obsession. So, and this is what the poster for the New Year's Strelka bar party. And when she reached me out, I was really didn't want the bar art director reach me out. I didn't want to do something like very obvious, so I didn't want like Christmas tree or like Santa or whatever. So I felt like I can use the stickers, and for me, these colors even enough to show the Christmas. But sometimes I use the same experiment for my like other commission, like this design magazine asked me to create the cover, so I reuse my old idea. I don't mind this; it's my idea. I can do whatever I want, so I just like reusing it over and over. And again, I didn't have time. Like you keep getting it to the last moment. So, or for example, Purpox toothbrush. They reached me out. They wanted something summer edition, so they asked me to create something with my like Strelka style. So I used this sticker idea, and this was the final result. And I remember like I came back home after like we already done this project, maybe half a year or something, and there is like huge box downstairs in my building. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't order anything, and it was like 200 toothbrushes from this square box. I still using it. I had a digital before, like the electronic toothbrush, and like I started to use this one. All my friends has, all my family, everyone has these toothbrushes. Like, and every birthday is going with this. So, plastic. So in New York, there's like amazing store, canal on the canal with the plastic, and it's been there for a while. And I hope this guy's also gonna stay the same as me in New York because it's getting very expensive, as I told you. So they create this storefronts for the stores, like everything from plastic, but they sell a lot of leftovers. You can buy a bag of this plastic without knowing what is inside, but when you unwrap it, there is like a whole game with the geometry. So I play with this plastic. I made some like composition for myself, and I remember like my art director from the bar, she called me, she said like, Anya, I just booked this amazing DJ and I need poster for tomorrow. Can you create at least something, like anything gonna work? Not like one day, but 2 days, and I just took one of the composition, overlap it with the text and like some of my colors. I think it was also from the plastic, and did this poster. And I just want to say that it's very important to have something for yourself or some tools in your pocket which you always can use in the future. And it helped me so much and so many times. It seems like easy. In general, it's like still very hard. Like every time is a drama, but at least you have some starting point. Or for example, paper. Paper is forever favorite material because it's small, it's easy to wrap, it's like super small to store in New York, small apartment, and it's also clean. So I started to play with the paper like on the streets, and I combine this like composition, a lot of them. And then when there is like moment to send the poster, I create this like I overlap it with the typography, and I did this kind of composition or something like this, and the typography is slightly different. So I just also the best part about this Strelka that like everything I've done there was produced. Like if I do the poster, it's gonna be printed, and it was amazing to see this like small paper folds getting huge, and people actually enjoyed, and a lot of like young designer was inspired by it. So I think it's like very special project for me. And there's like one more paper fold also get printed. So I just want to say that every time I do typography and folds, it's kind of overlap in the one drag. So it's never like an image and the text underneath. For me, it's like whole system, like a one piece of like energy. So and sometimes when I wrap the paper, it's also full of the typography. Like with the paper, I already create the typography solution. But sometimes I use just paper, and this is like the Blaming brand from Japan, like very luxurious women clothes. They asked me to create these scarves. So I just use some of my composition. I create this like two colors of the scarves. Or for example, the rug. I remember, I think a lot of people from this AGI members who is there also participate to this event. It was like 80 by 80 birthday of Asaba. So I created this rug, which I wanted myself. It's also from the piece of paper, and then it was exhibition, and this is my small, tiny rug, which I'm still waiting for. So also it was with the bottle. I did it super quick. The champagne brain asked me to do special edition and just like put the paper piece underneath of their typography, made it in gold, so it would be like very chic. And the biggest one is with the lobby in the Mud Museum in New York. And some of them probably follow me on Instagram, so they love my games with the paper, and they asked me to create similar for the lobby, and it's supposed to be there like three months, I think. In the end, they keep it for 2 years, so I think it's my bigger Rob's paper. So anyway, I was playing with the paper and I realized that I can go even further. So I separated in the pieces and there was whole new series of posters, pieces of the paper and like combining them with the typography. And the best part again about this Jelka that they never complained. They never said like, Anya, you just done it a week ago. It's the same poster. They still love it. They just ever never changed the color. They was like, okay, amazing, you're the queen. So go, keep going, keep going. But I think like some people never seen even a difference. Anyway, so the same composition I used also with this silk scarf blaming. It was my answer to the animal print, so it's kind of tiger moment. So and then when the work started, I remember I felt very horrible, like very. I thought like I'm the next client of this like of the hospital, but and I started to create this tape composition, a lot of them. So I just like, it's very like kind of put me in the quiet moment and like it's better than therapy. I think I never done, but I really recommend. It's like working with the hands makes you very quiet and happy. So I did a lot of them. At the same time, I reached some client reached me out this cosmetic brand, and they asked me to make the branding for their like bottles, and I just separated with these pieces of tape, and it's become like they. I use almost existing package, like I change it slightly, clean it up, and put these tapes, and now every tape is like separate, like smell of the soap or oil or something else. It's still in progress, so it's just the sketches. And I have the most amazing friends, probably. They know my love to the color and to the craft. So, as a present, they gave me membership to the screen print in Brooklyn. Like in this super shitty small room where I spend like every weekends from 7 to 10 a.m. printing different stuff no one needs. And the best thing about screen print that you can mix actually color yourself, and I enjoy it so much. And I started from this tape moments which I've done with the tape. I felt like I want to make it more elevated and I want to create colors myself. So I create colors and I started to print this composition. I wanted to use screen print in the different way, not like you print like 100 same stuff. I wanted to paint with the screen print. So I done a lot. It's like really a 10 part of what I have. Again, like I don't have a place in my apartment anymore. I think I started even to sell some of them, but I'm really bad at selling. I'm never selling it. So, and I create this also calendar. I had this calendar which I got as a present again for the birthday with my logo, and like it started from my day birthday and end with my day birthday, and I had a lot of empty pages there. So I started to print on top of these color days, and it was like a project, very personal, very mine. I never showed it to anyone, but I have a good friend, Ryuhi Yamamuro. He is a overcoat fashion brand designer. He worked also in Comme des Garçons with Ray Kawakuba, so he's not just a fashion designer, he's an artist. So I showed it to him, he loved it a lot, which inspired me, made me kind of feel stronger. He said like, we should do a collaboration, Anya. So, and we decided for the next summer collection to create in his like brand, the collaboration with this like few pieces of clothes. And I created this textile with him. We printed. Then we were both thinking, what can we do? I wanted a dress. He wanted a short. So we played around. And he also the person who always before creating the piece of clothes, he do it with the hand. He created these paper small dresses and shorts. And I think through he's like an amazing cut and print maker, and his clothes is always fit. I mean, he's just fantastic. So we create like this dress and short, and also some men's short and the shorts, and it was actually sold out in the first run, and then they redid it I think 2 times or 3 times. They don't do this like big edition, but in general, I was surprised how big how people still love the color, because usually you think that they buy just the black, but it's not true. I also decided to create few scarves, like not scarves but pareo, or like just beach towel or something to carry around. It's very light and thin, and I wanted just that piece of print would be like as it is, and I can carry it around and use it in the park. And if you would ask me, for example, what's the best client you ever wanted? And I would tell you myself. I would like just to work with myself, because like any other client, there is like always like except maybe Strelka was kind of okay. But like otherwise, like there's always a problem. But working with yourself is it's very like kind of a dream job. So I started to create labels for myself, printed the screen print envelopes and some packaging or the bag for this like for the dresses and all the shorts, posters for the events. We had like because we had like few pop-ups in New York and Tokyo to sell the clothes. So I did the poster for myself and also create the space. This one was in New York and it was like a small pop-up for 3 days with a small exhibition of my calendar project and the clothes. And those flowers was like, it was really a pain of the ass because I was looking in the room, I was like, we missed something, I need flowers. So I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to get this shape and this color flower to put in the room. So I enjoyed a lot. So, and it was kind of new experience for me, the clothes and like something material. And this one is in Tokyo. And the cool part about Tokyo that it was like also with this video in the windows during the event. And this like wedding actually on the bottom is like not helping me, but and one of the last project is Gentle Woman. I love this magazine. I always wanted to be the part of the Gentle Woman. And when I even printed my screen prints in my head, I was like, oh my God, would be amazing if it will one day end up in the Gentle Woman magazine, because they do every time some artists, they feature just like randomly during the magazine, like in different parts, photographer on artists. So once I'm waking up like 7 a.m. I'm reading an email and it's like, Anya, we would love to feature your prints in our magazine. I was kind of very shocked. I thought I'm still dreaming. And it's very simple. I mean, the most simple project from which I've done before, but somehow it's like a lot for me because these screen prints I've just done in my free time with no client, feeling like crazy, what am I doing? But somehow the audience find itself like, and someone now actually like it and need it, and I end up in the magazine where I wanted to be. And this slide is wrong. It should be deleted. Sorry. And then in the end they used like the simple one because it was too bright. Every time I do something, it's too bright, but I'm getting used to it. So we kind of calm it down because it was too much for the magazine. And this is the final result. It's now in the every store in New York and worldwide, and I'm really happy. And I will end up my speech with this project. It's still very special for me, even I done it maybe 5 years ago. I had an amazing boss in Strelka, the woman who gave me all the freedom, Barbara Melnikova. So she called me once, like, Anya, I need something Instagrammable for our 10 years anniversary, please. So I had all this poster in my room, and I kind of put it all around. I made few pictures, sent it to her, and she immediately said yes. In a few months, as I came to Strelka, we put it all on the wall, and it was like all my experiments in one room, and it was like kind of a very, very special moment for me. Thank you.